What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to get started on making sense of the chaos here. And by making sense of the chaos, I do mean, yeah, so things have evolved a little bit. There's a couple issues with our setup right now. One, there's no front end on the car, mainly. And two, there's no fender on the car either. So there's also more than that. Like, the whole passenger door is torn apart, so we need to kind of get to that point. I think we've decided we are going to replace the core support just to make sure everything's fresh again. That's the only thing I know of that's really kind of maybe wrong with the car. So we are going to do that. I'm not, because I don't trust myself with that kind of firepower. There's some stuff with that. With the car, so I don't think I actually showed anything in the last video of like where everything's kind of at. So let's go over all the stuff, because I haven't shown anybody the inside of the car, like the door and whatever. So first things first, the car is actually totaled. The insurance made me go and do the salvage title process and all of that. So the car is a salvage title right now over all of this, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, we're going to take the money and we're going to make it better than it was to begin with. So in my opinion, I'm never planning on selling this car, so it was a fair trade. The insurance company has already sent me a good chunk of change, and I'm still waiting on another check, the final check. Now we can get started on fixing it. The car, even though it is totaled, it is not actually like what most people would consider as totaled. This right here is the frame rail, and although it be dirty, it is not manipulated in any way, shape, or form. Over here, same thing. It is perfectly straight. There's not even the crash bars dinged. This structure here from, we'll go to this side, from here forward, this part down and across here, this one isn't a problem. It's this upper part right here, this wing. That one is unknown. This whole thing's unknown. All of this is unknown. All the way across is unknown. But the frame itself is a-okay. The rest of the car, when we hit whatever it was, it scuffed up some crap here. We broke off our mirror, which they removed. This was from something else, but you know, they've already done the favor of removing most of it. I'm going to remove this. I do have new ones. They removed the liner, or like the trim part of the door, so now the door is kind of whatever. They removed all of the door part. I don't know why, but they did. I think they were going to do something with paint or something on the car. All of the inside door card and mechanisms and stuff, and they're all laying on the floor in there. So, in order to get this car legal again, the process is once a car becomes salvage title, you have to get it to be restored title. So, in order to do that, you have to get a level 3 inspection done by your state, at least in Arizona. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this thing roadworthy again, in somewhat decent shape. We're going to reuse the same bumper. The headlights we're going to swap out for some OEMs that I have, because these ones look dookie. And I'm trying to do this pretty quick. So, or at least getting the car drivable again, because I love this car. I want to drive it more. We do have a side skirt off. I might look into doing that, but we also have a horde of exterior styling parts, OEM styling parts, that I would really like to put on the car. So, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put this one back on. At this point, there's not a lot of sense to do anything that I wasn't already planning on doing. So, half the parts on the car are off. May as well just do it. Besides, we're gonna do body work. So first things first, we're gonna take this wheel off. We're gonna get into the fender liner. We're gonna remove that fender liner. We're gonna put in one of the new ones I have up here. These aren't OEM, but whatever. We're gonna put that fender liner in, get it underneath. I don't know. Oh, there goes the bumper. Yeah, okay, so this whole part's gone. So we'll put a new fender liner in it. Just because I don't want rocks coming up hitting the bumper. We'll put the new fender on it. Get the door put back together, put the old bumper on, new headlights, and we're gonna do all of that in this video. So even if this takes me a couple days, we're gonna do it all in one swoop because I want to see the car go. I'm hoping like next week we can get this thing level 3'd and just be able to drive it, and then we'll go through all the core support and stuff like that. But I kind of want to try, I think, but before we do too much, I want to pull the old bumper or the new bumper off and use the new headlight or the OEM headlights and see how it all works, like how it all lines up. So OEM everything except for the hood. The hood's toast, so it's not even, whatever, I'm talking too much. So it's been maybe 45 minutes and we already got a fender on and the new fender liner. The hood, when we close the hood here, so on this side everything's pretty flush all the way up, but this side the hood is like above the fender, like a noticeable amount, except for like right at the very tip. I'm gonna chalk it up to the hood for now. It could even be the riser things that are in here because they're smushed up all the way. So I mean, yeah. So the fender is used. The hood's obviously crinkled. I don't see any like higher crinkle spots, so I'm assuming everything's straight till about here. So I don't know whether it's the fender or the hood, but the fender was 20 bucks and it's got a couple rock chips coming from the inside out. So we're just gonna rock this one for right now, and then if we need to, when we get to the next part, we'll buy a new fender, and we already have plans for the hood. So we're just gonna keep moving forward for right now. We're gonna get, I have OEM lights in that box. I'm gonna pull those out. Those are the ones that came on the car when I bought it. And we're gonna get rid of these and pull them all out, whatever, because these are dookie. That's like that. Here she is. She's ugly, but notice this side looks okay, right? This is the wreck side, and then look at this. It's got gap tooth for gap tooth for gap tooth. The light doesn't even fit to the core support properly. That's how you know things are messed up, and that is why I took the insurance money, is because I always knew this car was a little bit weird, and I never really had all the money at once to just do everything. So that's where we're at. We're gonna go get a core support, maybe a fender, a hood. The hood will be the only thing aftermarket because obviously Acura didn't make a carbon fiber hood for commercial whatever. And yeah, so at this point it's ugly, but it's more or less complete, which means it'll do better for, we'll be able to pass our level 3. The only thing we're missing is all the door stuff, but that's gonna be tight in there, so I'm gonna have to flip the car around and then we can do that. but in terms of the front end and what was affected, it's complete, it's finished. So clean off these paint pen marks and flip it around, and we'll do all the door stuff closer to the air. Alright, my battery's dying again, but giant pain in my ass. Look at this. So I have to put the handle back in, but I have to figure out the order the tumbler goes in and figure out the orientation of this and get it hooked up to 2 cables in here. Alright, so this handle is giving me crap. We put it in this. It's catching on that plastic part on the inside of the fender. The not the liner, but like that plastic cowl part. You can see right there. I don't know why. I'm trying to get free, but clearly it's unhappy. I tried moving the fender forward more, but didn't really do a whole lot. I might still mess with it, but for now I think I'm just gonna loosen it down here. So this handle they took out some way. I feel like something's missing. Oh look, there it is. This has to go on the back of the lock mechanism, so that's cool. Alright. That answers that. Alright, so I realized that the only way that the tumbler stays in the car is a little spring clip that's supposed to be on the handle here. However, the geniuses that tore this shit apart lost the spring clip, and it's not in the car, it's not in my bag, I don't think. I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna chill. I think we're gonna call it for this video. We'll continue this whole process later. I gotta order that part, and I don't know how long it's gonna take for it to arrive. I'm sure it's not gonna take too long, whatever, but it's just an annoyance. It's also like 90 degrees, 30% humidity, you know, fun stuff. But yeah, stay tuned. Cars, gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop on it, not yet. I get mad at it with crap like this, and I'm like, screw it, we'll just party out. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Keep going. Let's keep going. We're not there yet. We're just tired. Let's take a break, take a breather. We'll get back to it in the next one. See ya.